Good day, everybody. Of course, the mind of Xavier, Underminded, reunited once again. The mind underminded. And we figured it was only right that we come together. Well, I thought it was right that we come together and discuss 2016, which was probably the most interesting year for most of us. I believe that we as aspiring artists, we had like a pretty hardworking year, if I say so. Since you're here, welcome to the world.
Thank you.
And I just want you to like briefly discuss what was 2016 like for you, because I know you're currently going to school now and you're still producing while you're studying.
Yeah.
So it was like a real mess up thing for you.
Well, first of all, since you mentioned the whole school thing, yeah, that is definitely tough. Studying while trying to balance that with practicing your craft, it's not easy, and usually you either end up doing one or the other. I wouldn't say an extraordinary year, but an interesting one. Definitely a lot of development personally, and I've seen it with the people around me.
So in terms of the producing, do you believe you've truly progressed during the course of time?
Definitely. From when I started, it wasn't really something I wanted to take seriously. It was just something I did in my spare time. It was a good way to release energy and just be able to create, But now I'm seeing that this is actually a viable way to not only release energy and show people what you're capable of. It's also a good way to make money.
Also,
we're not really making a lot of money. Well, I'm not really making a lot of money off of this yet, but
yes.
It's all about developing, and over time the money will come.
For the last, let's say from like October to December, how was it for you exactly? Well, let me say at least during your finals, how was it for you?
I wouldn't say it's hard. It's just it takes a lot of energy to sit and really focus on that kind of work and be able to apply yourself, when it comes to school, it's not just about the work, it's not just about passing for exams. You have to think about how it affects you. Because
last year, for me, was perhaps the most tiring year for me, but in a good way though. Like from January to April, I will tell you I was already tired, and from then onwards, I believe was jazz season. So I was up and about already. But at the same time, last year's jazz season was different because they had the Arts Village.
Oh, right.
So I didn't have, so for the first time ever, I finally had my work on exhibition and displayed. You can say yes, the first 4 months already had me exhausted. So it was then like setting me at a challenge to say like, what more can I release? Because like I was telling Scott earlier, 2016 was a year of showing the majority, I'm not going to say society, but it's more like the majority, what exactly we have and what we're capable of. Because you mentioned earlier, it was a time of showing like what you're capable of and stuff, right?
Right.
So it's just a moment in displaying our talents and also challenging ourselves. We've been somewhat at a push, not just with ourselves, not just with each other, because I know last year we did a lot. Yeah, so we've basically been pushing each other. Also, we've been trying to mentor, at least I've been trying to mentor the people around me. Reason why I decided to call last year the year of the L.O.R.D.S, the Legion of Revolutionaries defining a standard. And the year of the L.O.R.D.S for me, I wouldn't say I truly accomplished what I wanted to do. However, I accomplished more than I expected. I personally hate having to wait for anything. If I'm looking to work on anything, I want to work on my terms. not just that I'm willing to work on my terms. I'm willing to work on with anybody who is just as driven as I am. So I'm just as like okay and I'm just as willing to take the back seat and be like, alright, let's see what you can do about it. So yeah, this year was the first year I know how to. Like majority of the work that I did was by myself. I enjoy every single group that I'm working with, that I'm currently working with right now. But seeing like me doing solo work or having like just that individuality for at least one point, to see that finally happening was actually a great feeling for me. So it's like it teaches me personally how to cope when it comes to certain events and how to like approach people and not be also antisocial, because I'm still somewhat introverted. I find later in the year I grew more introverted, so I became more to myself somewhat and not also dependent. So it's basically another level of maturity that I'm reaching, which I like but I also hate at the same time, because the more mature you get, the more misunderstood you are, I find. So you're like, when you have more ideas for certain things, but when you reach out to other people, it's like they're not really too sure as to what you're getting at, because they've been on the same level for such a long period of time. I mean, it was a year of collaborations, which is also what I planned. For the first time I got to work with KK Blaze, Satney, shout out to you. You worked with TK.
Yeah,
Boss,
definitely.
which is an up and coming soca artist. Watch out for him. I'm thinking of trying out something completely different and more experimental for me. But I know, like, you as a producer, I would like, you wanna like give me more info as to how it was?
Honestly, for the summer, I knew I had a lot of time here. I had about 3 months here, so I wanted to make the most out of it first of all. Honestly, every time I feel like I set a bar for myself, I always feel like I'm just about under it. I never quite feel like I get there or I go over.
True.
So it always leaves room for me to improve. I was happy that I was able to collaborate with so many different artists and so many different people. Getting to experience all these different energies was just an awesome experience.
Last year was also the year of Dapper.
No, but yeah.
I think that was like
last year?
Yeah, it was last year.
Feeling like it was 2015. It felt like it was so long ago, you know.
No, 2015 was, boy, I'm not gonna go back into that year. We did accomplish quite a lot in recording time. I know you did, and I know you're looking forward to becoming more official in your work with the mindset that we have. I mean, minded and underminded. With the mindset that we have, it's another challenge for us to try and take our abstract style and try to make it something local, and try to make it something understandable. I know that's something I struggle with, because by the end of the day, I'm not really making art for anybody in particular. I'm doing it for myself, and if you like it, that's cool. If you don't like it, that's not a problem. So last year was also the year that I got truly certified in everything it is that I'm doing now. This year, of course, I have to step up, which is why the year of the artist is something I'm really looking forward to. I'm basically
going with the flow
of things and seeing how exactly I can take the graphics and still give you the mind of Xavier in the best way that I can. So after being certified in these fields, I don't know, like, it became really, I could say dark for me personally, to the point where I had to exclude myself from a lot of things, a lot of like events. For some reason, finally achieving what I truly wanted made me more and more aggravated. I was surrounded myself with the most passionate faces and the most determined minds ever, and I find out at one point it was like everybody became content with how things were going, and it just became frustrating to me because I was like, why are we so okay with being, what's the word, stagnant towards what's going on around us? It's like we're just okay with the way things are changing, and it's not even a good change, because the more things change, the less active we become. Throughout that moment of thinking and stuff, I realized that I actually stopped. And if there's one thing I said to myself after I left school, is that I'm not gonna stop doing anything it is that I'm doing. It was somewhat deserved because, like I said, from April I was already exhausted. But the fact that the month didn't even end yet and I was already tired just gave me more reason to keep going. And the fact that I literally stopped says a lot. Looking back at all what we've done last year, it just shows up like how determined we actually are. At least I know what I'm capable of. At least we know what we're capable of. So we know, like, hopefully there's some unity involved and we can come together and create something.
My plans for this year, honestly, are to more or less separate myself from everyone else, so to speak. Not literally, but I kind of want to develop myself. I mean, I'm always trying to develop myself, but this year my focus is to really look at projects that I've had sitting down for years, literally. I'm just trying to make some headway in them because I don't only focus on music. I'm also very interested in video game design.
Right.
And so that's one aspect.
I know video game design is something you've been like pushing for
years, longer than music in fact.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get started in this for a very long time.
I think I'm gonna end this here. I think I did most of the talking. I always, if I bring someone over to have a discussion, I normally want them to like speak more on things, but I know 2016 is something that I've been wanting to like share, and I'm probably gonna keep going on. So like I was saying earlier, 2017 is basically a year of seeing what exactly this will bring us. So I do hope you have a nice day, and yeah man, thank you so much, bro.
Later, bro.
Yes sir.